firm in London? Welcome to the world of Abiana Solicitors, where there's always timely intervention for excellent results. Abiana Solicitors, we specialize in immigration and family law. So for immigration, come to us for nationality law,
EEA law, leave to remain, point-based system applications,
entry clearance applications, student visas, visitors visas, and all appeals and judicial reviews. And for family law,
come to us for divorce, separation, consent orders, child arrangement orders, financial orders, and mediation.
Come, let's do business. Our address is
14 Claypole Road, Stratford, London, E15 2RJ.
Please call 0203 759 3309 or 078 2470 5353 or 077 8732 7985. Our 24-hour emergency contact line is
079 4323 5364. Email info@abinalsolicitors.co.uk.
Abiana Solicitors. Timely intervention, excellent result.
To where you are always welcome home.
Today's news is about success stories. Ever since we introduced Abiana Solicitors to you, there have been countless impactful stories from our clients. So if you are yet to experience the most promising law firm in London, welcome to the world of Abiana Solicitors, where there's always timely intervention for excellent results. Abiana Solicitors, we specialize in immigration and family law. So for immigration, come to us for nationality law,
EEA law, leave to remain, point-based system applications,
entry clearance applications, student visas, visitors visas, and all appeals and judicial reviews. And for family law,
come to us for divorce, separation, consent orders, child arrangement orders, financial orders, and mediation.
Come, let's do business. Our address is
14 Claypole Road, Stratford, London, E15 2RJ.
Please call 0203 759 3309 or 078 2470 5353 or
Hello wonderful people, good evening to you all. I believe each and everyone is doing so very well. Thanks to all those watching us on Facebook and YouTube. This is another moment, and this is the legal hour with Abiana Solicitors. So please do share the program and invite people to watch as well. Thank you so very much. Good evening, Lawyer Amy and Shawa.
Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Doing well, thank God.
Good. Shawa, can you say hello to your fans, those watching you live, and let them know who you are?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for joining us this Friday night. My name is Shewa Bonateji. Work here at Abiana Solicitors as a trainee solicitor. And today we're going to dive into some very interesting topics, some things that our clients constantly ask us about. And the Home Office have actually put guidance out, so we have a better idea and we're able to advise more adequately about this issue.
I love the way you're smiling. Is there any secret? Like,
hello, good evening. Very well, thank you. Good evening to all the wonderful fans out there watching Time with Abiana Solicitors, the Legal Hour every Friday. We're very grateful. Today we have an impactful, area that we're going to discuss with you all. So stay tuned, stay locked, and just let's have a nice time. Yes, we do have one update that we wanted to look into. It was just to do with the right to rent, the right to rent. So, as per the Immigration Act 2014, that it was all sort of initiated that in order for you to rent in the United Kingdom, rent a place to stay anyway, you would need to have the right to rent, which what that means is you need to have the correct documentation immigration wise. So, they look into your immigration status before the landlord decides whether to rent the place to you or not. So at the moment, the landlord will have the privilege of being able to check if you have the right to rent or not. Before we didn't have this, but at the moment they've brought something in via the gov.uk website. You can check with Home Office, make a request to check if the individual who wants to rent the property actually has that right to reside within your property. It's of course very important for the landlord to do these checks, because if they find that you're renting to someone who is illegally resident or unlawfully resident in the UK, you come into problems with the law. So you need to be able to check and double check to see whether they have that legal right. So that's part of the update I have for you today. But the main updates really is embedded within today's program, because we have a lot of areas we need to discuss today. So yeah. Right. Yes. If you have the immigration status, so you have papers, you can't, be here as an overstayer and expect to rent property either privately or via the council. It's not allowed. You need to have immigration status in the UK to be able to rent a property. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's
Yes, just it's a very interesting topic. I think a lot of people have noticed there's been some changes recently. We've had the humanitarian crisis with Ukraine. There was also COVID a few years ago. So the Home Office are still recovering from all these issues that we've had. So that's had a very big impact on the visa processing and decision time. So we'll really delve into that today.
Yes, so just to add to what my colleague has just said now is, we have clients who are, can be very stressed by the whole sort of visa and application process, because you submit an application and they give you a standard time for processing, and it sort of goes past beyond the standard time for processing. People start getting frustrated. Sometimes you even get a decision. They bring the card, but then they don't bring your passport back, and it's like frustration sets in. So today we're really gonna delve into how to deal with that and how we can go about making sure everything is fine with our clients and with potential clients. I can hear you. Yes, yes.
You are always welcome home. Welcome.
Today's news is about success stories. Ever since we introduced Abiana Solicitors to you, there have been countless impactful stories from our clients. So if you are yet to experience the most promising law firm in London, welcome to the world of Abiana Solicitors, where there's always timely intervention for excellent results. Abiana Solicitors. We specialize in immigration and family law. So for immigration, come to us for nationality law,
EEA law, leave to remain, point-based system applications,
entry clearance applications, student visas, visitors visas, and all appeals and judicial reviews. And for family law,
come to us for divorce, separation, consent orders, child arrangement orders, financial orders, and mediation.
come, let's do business. Our address is
14 Claypole Road, Stratford, London, E15 2RJ.
please call 0203 759 3309 or 078 2470 5353 or 077 8732 7985. Our 24-hour emergency contact line is
079 4323 536.
Hello, wonderful people. Can you hear me now? I do apologize. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now, and then we'll continue. Hello, everyone. Hello, fans. Hello, friends. Hello, lovely ones. Can you hear me? So that I can continue. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, so they can hear me now. All right, that is fine. Let's go on. I do apologize. I am sorry, guys. I am sorry. Please do share the program. Do share the program, please. Okay, thank you. As someone says, it's clear now. Thank you so very much. Please do share the program and invite friends, please. Okay, Loemi, I'm sorry I have to ask you this question again because they didn't hear what I said. Okay, so we are going to talk about the UK visa processing and decision time delays. So what have you got to say about it, Lawyer Amy? Even though they heard you, I want you to talk about it again, please.
You see, what it is the Home Office and the Visa and Immigration Service are constantly providing updates in the form of their guidance, which shows that they care about applicants and they're constantly giving them the guidelines. So even if there are delays, they're letting you know what to expect with delays.
Okay.
So that you're not kept in the dark. So there's there's a range of different sort of processing times. It really just depends on the application. If you give us the scenario, we'll be more than happy to give you what the standard processing time is, what the potential delays could be, and why. I would think generally the reason why the Home Office have come back recently to say in respect to certain applications, the reason why there's a delay is because of the Ukraine war and the processing of refugees from Ukraine. So that has, of course, been more of a caseload for the Home Office, which has caused further delays. So that is something, of course, we should all have at the back of our minds, that there is delay at the moment. So going forward, potentially your case may be delayed. It doesn't mean definitely, but potentially, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I've got some questions for you, and I'll start with Shawa, please. My friend applied to join her husband in the UK last year, and she received her decision within 12 weeks. I applied to join my husband in the UK from Ghana in June, and have still not received a decision. Does this mean my application has been refused? Shawa.
So this is a very good question. A lot of people are going through the same thing. This doesn't necessarily mean your application has been refused. Like Lawyer Amy was just saying, there's been a huge delay, a huge backlog with the Home Office and the caseworkers. So what they've recently published is previously it will take about 12 weeks for your application to be processed and for you to get a decision. However, that has now increased from 12 weeks to 24 weeks.
Wow.
After you attend, your biometrics at the visa application center, it's now 24 weeks for them to actually process your application and to come back with a decision. So I would just tell this woman to be a bit patient. So she applied in June, so she doesn't have too long left to wait, but that's the reason why there's such a delay at the moment.
Okay. So how come the first one, she applied it and it was quick, and
Yes,
this one
so-
was not?
Yeah,
How
so
come?
she mentioned that her friend applied last year.
Okay.
So like Amy was mentioning, this Ukraine war started this year. So
Mhm.
that has been the main reason why
Okay.
there's such a huge backlog. So they've had to update their waiting decision times, which is why they put forward that new publication.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I am planning to visit the UK in March 2023 for my sister's wedding. How long would it take for a decision to be made, Lawyer Amy?
Okay, so usually the standard processing time for visitors' visas
Yeah.
is 3 weeks.
Okay.
But because of the delays that are currently being faced by the Visa and Immigration Service, extended to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to put a little bit of a disclaimer in there because with the visitors' visas, at the moment we have cases that go far beyond the 6-week waiting time. And what they do normally in this day and age is once the 6 weeks is over and they're about to make their decision, if you've given them a date of an event that is due to happen, was due to happen, but of course, due to the long consideration time, that date has then expired. What they do is they send you an email and say, okay, you are coming for a wedding, but of course, the wedding has passed. So do you still want to come to the UK or not? So that is the intensity of the matter at the moment. They can delay beyond the 6-week period and wait until your event, the date and deadline for your event is completely lapsed. And then they'll get back to you and say, okay, do you still want to come to the UK? Which, of course, is very unfair, of course, in any circumstance, because you plan to come to a wedding, the wedding date has passed, and then they come back, not compensating you by giving you the visa, but then it almost feels like you're being teased and being asked, do you still want to come to the UK? For a lot of clients, that may still be yes. And when they do send you such emails, you need to really seek legal help to ensure that we are able to make the right submissions on your behalf. Not that you just get up and reply them, yes, I still want to come. And maybe at the time, your bank statements are not in place, your pay slips are outdated. So you need to definitely come and see us, and we will find a way to really help you through the situation, whether your visa has been delayed or whether they're asking you whether you still want to come to the UK, will be a good help to you.
Thank you, Loyemi. You did say it can take up to 6 weeks. Is there
Yes.
any time that it can take more than 6 weeks? Is there
Oh,
anything
yeah.
like that?
It can. And if it goes beyond the 6-week processing time, there's ways and means in which we use to contact the Eastern Immigration Service. We can either email them for an update, we pay a fee and we can email them for an update on your case, or in the alternative, we can make a payment and call the UK Visa and Immigration and check on an update for you. We also have steps beyond speaking to them if they cannot resolve it at a particular stage. We have what we need to do going forward. But at the elementary stage, we can definitely get in touch with the caseworker, Visa and Immigration Service, to check what is happening with the application.
So, Loyemi, in case there's any delays for me, I've made an application and there's a delay, I can come to Abiana Solicitors for their support.
Of course.
Okay.
Definitely your first choice. First choice would be Abiana Solicitors, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. All right, Loyemi, so can you give us your numbers and also your address so that those watching us, in case they want to contact you, because there have been a lot of delays that people are complaining about. So I believe a lot of people would like to contact you and for you to help them. So please, can you put your numbers across, please?
All right. So our office line, you can get either of my colleagues, you can get either of us on our main office line, 0203 759 3309. In the alternative, you can call me on my office mobile, 07824 705 353. We have a 24-hour line as well. That number is, I'll get that for you shortly, but you can call on any of these numbers and you're able to get in touch with us. So we've also got the 24-hour line, which is 07943 235 364.
So, in case you're watching us and you've got any delays and you need any help with immigration and family issues, please, Abiana Solicitors 24/7. They're always there to support you. Sure, I am waiting for a decision from the Home Office for my leave to remain application, and my passport is still with the Home Office. However, I need the original copy of my passport to travel outside the UK for a family emergency. Can I travel outside the UK whilst I'm waiting for a decision from the Home Office?
Okay, this is a very, very good question again. And had a client recently, this happened to my client. You're actually advised not to book to travel before you make your application or whilst you're waiting for a decision. And as you can see, there's a reason for it. They still have this person's passport. So technically, they cannot travel if they don't receive the passport back. And we would advise that they should, I know it's a family emergency, but if they put this application through and the Home Office have started processing, that means they've already started looking at your documents, they've already started reading your application form. It would be very, very difficult for them to then produce a quicker result because you have a family emergency. If, however, you really need to travel, you can withdraw your application, but you might not receive a refund if they already started processing the application. So we really advise our clients, please do not book to travel, do not book for a holiday if you're putting an application through, because it's very difficult to get your passport back once they've started the process. And as we mentioned today, there's such a long waiting process, to even get your decision. So it is a very difficult time at the moment. So we advise people, please do not book. Don't, waste your money and book and lose out of this. So that's our advice.
Because of what you said, I'm going to ask you a question. Let's say I've got an application and the process is going on, and then during the processing, I lose my dad. I want to go home. I just want to go to my dad's funeral. Is there any way that even if I withdraw, I'm still not going to get my money back? Can that happen to me?
Yes. So if they've already started the processing time, so they've already started looking through your application, they're already on the way, they might not have made a decision, but they've started that process. It's not guaranteed that you will receive a refund, unfortunately. And I understand the importance. You lost your father and you need to go back, but it's very difficult for you to receive your money back after that. We can help. So what we tend to do is if somebody really has an emergency, we'll email, contact the Home Office on your behalf. We'll explain everything. We'll provide evidence to show that indeed you have lost a parent. And sometimes they will respond. Even the response time may not be quick enough. Let's say it's an emergency and you need to travel within the next few weeks. Even the response may not be quick enough. So it's not guaranteed just due to all the delays. So it's an unfortunate situation.
So guys, this is what Abiana Solicitors is for. If there's any delays, if you're going through any problems with immigration issues or family issues or delays or whatever it is, Abiana Solicitors is always there to support. Thank you. Loyemi, I have gained admission into a university in London to study a master's degree in business management. I am due to start my course in January 2023, and I have applied for a student visa. I am scared it will not be processed in time for my admission. How long does it take for a student visa decision to be made? Student visa.
So with student visas, the standard processing time is 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You've got 3 weeks to make a decision. Of course, if there's delay, unforeseen delays, you need to ensure that you're able to contact the university to let them know that the Home Office are still in the process of the consideration. Okay. Once that is sorted, I think the university will give you the necessary leadway, because once they've given you the course commencement date, they will expect that you be in the UK to start your course. But of course, if the decision has not been made, it's not really your fault, isn't it? So you definitely have to contact the university and let them know that as and when they make the decision, you let them know, and you travel to the UK to start with your course. So yeah, that's
Okay. Thank you very much. I submitted my application to join my wife in the UK in June 2022 and attended my biometric appointment at the Visa Application Center in July 2022. I was told I would be notified about a decision within 24 weeks. It has been 24 weeks since I submitted my application, and I have not received a decision. When does the waiting time start for decision making, Shawa?
Yeah, so this is also a very good question. I think something that needs to be clarified. So a lot of people assume that once they submit that application form online, so once you press that button that says submit, that your decision waiting time has started. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So it's when you actually attend the visa application center to do your biometrics, and they've processed that is when the decision time now starts. So she, I believe, put the application in June, but she didn't attend till July. So her processing time actually didn't start until July. So she still has, I believe, maybe a month left before they provide a decision. So it starts once you attend your biometrics at the visa application center.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. I applied for a graduate visa almost 2 months ago after finishing my degree in the UK on my student visa. I have not received a decision yet, and my visa is expiring in 3 days. Do I need to leave the country?
Okay, so in respect to this question, it's a very interesting one. You get applicants and potential clients who are very nervous about this. However, if you look at Section 3C of the Immigration Act 1971, what that says is if you made an in-time application, your leave is automatically extended. So the fact that they had a student visa which had not expired before they applied for the graduate visa. The day they apply for the graduate visa, it automatically extends their leave, so they are protected. So even if the visa expires in 3 days and the Home Office have your application, you've made an in-time application, your leave will automatically be renewed. So you have no worries, you can sleep at night, you don't have any problems at all. You can continue with what you're doing because it's fine, It's when you make an application, an out of time application. So your leave expires before you make an application to apply for a graduate visa. That is a completely different kettle of fish. And if you do so, the likelihood of your application being refused is quite high because you don't have immigration status. You waited for your leave to expire first. You always need to apply in time. Make sure you apply before your visa expires. And even if it expires the day after you submitted it, you know that the Home Office have got it and Section 3C of the Immigration Act applies.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Lawyer Amy. Thank you so much. Okay. What are the options available for me if I'm applying for a family visa outside of the UK and want to get a decision as quickly as possible? Shower.
So there are options available. However, I have to state this before I state the options. Currently, the options I'm about to state are not available for people applying for a family visa outside of the UK. This is a recent thing that they just notified us of. But the two options that you would have is a priority service, which means you can get your decision within 5 working days, or a super priority service, which means you get your decision within 24 hours. So depending on which country you're in, once you go for your biometrics at the visa application center, you can apply for a priority or a super priority service if that option is available. But from what we've recently been notified of, they're currently not giving that option to people applying for family visa outside the UK, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I am currently in the UK and I'm applying to switch from a 10-year parent route to a 5-year parent route. Does this mean I'm able to get a quicker decision from the Home Office, Loyemi?
You're applying, if I got the question correct, you're applying for
I'm
10 year
currently in the UK and
Yeah.
I'm applying to switch
Yes.
from a 10-year route
Yeah.
to a 5-year parent route.
Okay.
Does this mean I'm able to get a quicker decision from the Home Office?
Not at all. That does not qualify you.
Yeah.
That does not qualify you to get an expedited decision, and that is because they always stick with the standard processing time, unless, of course, you are switching from 10 years to 5 years, and you're happy to do the super fast priority service, which costs an additional £800. If you can afford it and you need the leave to remain quickly, you need it for something, then yes, you take the priority service. But if you're opting for the standard service, remember that whether you're switching categories or not, it's going to fall under the regular standard processing time, as opposed to anything that would be quick and fast. So yeah, there's no difference there.
Okay, thank you so much. How much does it cost to do a super priority application for a leave to remain application in the UK? And how long does it take to get a decision? Shawa.
So Amy is just touching this briefly, but like she mentioned, what they do is they add £800 to the standard application fee. So I recently did an application and my client asked for super priority. So the standard fee was £1,048. So then we added the 800, so it was £1,848. However, that's excluding the IHS fees, that's the health surcharge fees, which are around 1,600.
Yes.
But separating that, for super priority, you'd just be paying an additional £800 on top of the standard fees, if that's what you wanted to do. And like Amy mentioned as well, you would get a quick result, so that's 24 hours after you've attended your biometric appointment. I have to put that out there. It's not when you submit the form, it's after you've gone for your biometric appointment. Then you get results within 24 hours.
Thank you so much. So this is Abiana Solicitors. Lawyer Amy, please, can you put your number across so that in case someone wants to call for an advice or they need help, can you again please put your number across so that people can call if they want you?
All right. So you can call us on our office line, that's 0203 759 3309. We also have an office mobile that you can call. That's 0787 167 9235. You can also call us on another office mobile. We're on WhatsApp, by the way, for any of these mobiles. You can call me on 078 24 705 353.
Okay. Thank you, Loyemi. Are there any certain factors that can affect how my application is processed by the Home Office?
Definitely yes. You need to, for example, let me give you an example. You're making a spouse application in country. Your husband has been married before, okay, and he's sort of concealed the fact that he's been married before. The Home Office know that your husband has been married before because he's provided such documents, in previous applications. Now you go along happily trying to, happily married, trying to make your application, and it gets to the Home Office and there's a big stumbling block, because then they say, no, hold up. I thought your husband was married. And of course, if you're married to two people, that's illegal. That's bigamy. At that point, the Home Office can decide to send you correspondence to get you to find out what's actually happening, or they can just refuse the application. All of which, obviously, potentially, especially if they get back with correspondence, it can affect the processing time. If they refuse it, obviously, then the processing time ends there. But if they come back with correspondence, you need to provide them evidence. For example, you've made a spouse application. You have your matrimonial address and you have your working address, because it's not everybody who lives together in the same city. Sometimes, due to work commitments, people live separately. Married couples may live separately due to work commitments, but they then meet again and rekindle their love again over the weekend, for example. Now, with something like that, you need to let the Home Office know in advance that I have a matrimonial home and I have, my work address or the home that I stay in when I'm working, so that they don't question you. Because if you look at the documents, you see that, no, hold up here. There's two different addresses, all of which the Home Office can come back to you and ask you to provide answers as to why that is happening. So you need to be very careful. You need to make sure you set out your case accordingly. And the best place to do that would be at Abiana Solicitors. We'll make sure that we set out your case accordingly and, put your best foot forward. So that's what I have to say about that.
Thank you, Loyemi. Loyemi, I'm going to give you a scenario. So in case someone has been given a student visa for 2 years to come here and study, I finished studying and I realized that, no, I don't want to go back to Ghana. No, I don't want to go back to no, I don't want to. I want to stay here. Well, is there anything that can make them, are they going to get another visa to stay here and work, or do they still have to go home and do a fresh application?
Okay, so, thankfully, with the new laws in place, with the graduate visa, visa scheme, you're able to, before your leave expires, you're able to apply for a graduate visa, which will, extend your leave. We give you 2 more years.
3 more years.
2 more years as a standard visa for you to continue living here. You could decide to get the 2 years and decide to work. You can decide to also maybe advance in your academic studies. Whatever it may be, you have 2 years to be lawfully resident in the UK. You can also decide, after you finish with your degree or master's in the UK, you can decide to switch to be a skilled worker, maybe a carer, maybe a nurse. You can decide to switch categories and be a skilled worker. That would also extend your leave and give you, a good sort of chance to settle in the UK, thereafter. So, currently it's the best time to be in the UK as a student, because there's so many different perks, not only students, but student dependents. There's so many different perks that you can tap into to make sure you are able to regularize your stay after your studies. So it's the best time.
So, in case I don't know about this 2 years extension and my visa expires,
yes,
can they do something about it for me?
Unfortunately, that's what I touched on earlier. I mean, if your visa expires, that means you're an overstayer in the UK. And in order for you to switch, you need a key attribute. You need to have immigration status in order for you to switch categories in the UK. So once your visa expires and you become an overstayer, it becomes not impossible to regularize your stay in the UK, but it becomes an uphill struggle, because you're not able to easily switch categories with maybe a graduate visa or a skilled worker. You wouldn't be allowed to do that. However, there are other ways. If the visa has expired, there are other ways and other steps you can take to regularize your stay. So
So if someone is struggling and they are going through any issues, they can come and see Abiana Solicitors for an advice. So,
Most
Shawa, I came here on a visitor's visa and I've met this nice man, nice gentleman. We are going to get married, but I've been told that we have to go back to Ghana, even though he's British and I am from Ghana. We've been told to go back to Ghana. Why can't we get married here? What is the issue? He is British, I'm Ghanaian.
Yes, so unfortunately, it's because of her immigration status.
Yeah.
So under the Appendix FM, it's very clear there's certain things they will not allow. So if you've entered the country as a visitor and you're still within, 6 months, let's say, of your visit, and you've decided you wanted to switch, to the spouse route, unfortunately, you can't do that because they say you can't switch to that route if you've entered the country as a visitor. So unfortunately, she would not be able to do that. However, she can still return back to Ghana and they can get married. They can do a proxy marriage if he's not able to return back with her. Or if he can, they can go together and they can get married in Ghana. Customary marriage is still valid here in the UK. And then she can still do an application to join her spouse once he returns here.
Thank you. Loemi, someone is asking, so if I'm making an application to this university, and Loemi, is there any way you can help? If, for example, I'm not in UK, so I'm outside the UK and I want to do the processing, can Abiana Solicitors help me to go through the application and everything?
Okay.
So for example, I'm in Ghana and I've gone online and I've seen that, Bedfordshire University, I can go to that university. I'm making the application and I'm asking questions. During the application, can you support me through the application processing?
Okay, so we can assist you by signposting you to an organization in Ghana that helps you. That they specialize in helping students in securing the right universities and the right courses. Okay? But in terms of the actual legal work, we can help you every step of the way to help ensure that you're able to secure that student visa so you can start studying in the UK. So that's not a problem at all. But we can help with both. So whoever that may be, if he can give us a call, we'll give him the necessary details.
Okay. Loemi, someone is asking, we are both students and we've fallen in love. We want to get married here as students.
Okay.
Can we get married here? Or we have to go back home?
Nothing stops you from getting married once you have immigration status in the UK, because when you get to the registry, they would normally check your immigration status to see whether you have the lawful residence, residence in the UK, reside in the UK. So nothing stops them from getting married.
Because he's asking because we just asked a question that someone is a British, someone is from Ghana on a visitor's visa, and they've been asked to go home. They are just students. So they can get married as long as they are students, or they can't. That's what he wants to know.
Oh, yes, they can definitely get married, but as to whether they benefit there to regularize their stay or to switch categories by virtue of the marriage, the answer to that is no. Because if you want to benefit from, being married, you need to make sure that the person you're getting married to is settled and present and settled in the UK, or is British, or is an EU citizen with pre-settled status. Or settled status. So if you're marrying, you're both Ghanaian nationals, you both have student visas and you're marrying, nothing within the law, the context of the law stops you from getting married, but you have to remember that you're not going to benefit in respect to your immigration status. Your status will stay the same. You still be a student.
Okay, all right. Okay, what advice would you give to people outside the country who wants to come to UK to study their immigration status and everything? What advice would you give to them as a lawyer? If they want to make an application, they found a school, a university that they want to come to, what advice would you give to them? Shawa, you can answer. Loemi, you can answer.
Okay, I'll start and then you can jump in. I think with students who want to come to the UK, it's important that they apply to university, ensure that they have the right documents that they need in order to get through to university, and make sure that university is under the immigration as sponsor, so they're able to sponsor students to come internationally to study at the university. So a lot of universities, they love to take in international students, and they have a wide range of courses to make sure that, you know, it's a course you're interested in and they can actually sponsor you to come to the UK.
Thank you very much. Loemi, someone is saying that she was listening to you the other day on radio, and you were talking about this is the issue she has got. They were booked to go for an interview, marriage interview, and you were talking about it, and that's her issue. So she wants to come see you, but she's asking this question. When they went for the interview, she was confused. She made a mistake. And now they were told that no. In fact, she was telling them something else. The husband was saying something else. Now the application has been cancelled. Can we do anything about it? Can Abiana solicitors help me? Because I made a mistake. When they were asking me the questions, I was nervous. I didn't know what to say. I said the wrong thing. My husband said the right thing. So do we have to start all over again, or there's something we can do about it?
Okay, so, you know, since it may be, you know, may have sort of human rights, you know, attributes in the case, they may have given her a right of appeal.
Yeah.
At this point, the best thing, you know, the best course of action will be to appeal the decision and make sure, you know, once we appeal and we are drafting witness statements, we make sure we really address the inconsistencies and why such mistakes occurred in the first place. The person should be very much aware that once they made a mistake at the interview stage, they are going to be re-interviewed in court again. Okay, so they've had their first try. The first try didn't go well. You know, she has sort of attributed her failure to succeed in the interview to nerves. Okay, that's fine. We'll address that, you know, within the witness statement. But she has to remember that once they go to court, they are both going to be interviewed separately again. And she would have to explain why that happened. If it's nerves, if it's just a loss of memory, she should explain it. And if there's any evidence to suggest that she usually encounters such issues, you know, then for any medical issues, she should let the court know as well. So if she comes to Abiana solicitors, we will definitely help her to resolve such a complicated matter. So she should give us a call.
Okay. Thank you. Shawa, when I'm going for the interview, can you, Abiana solicitor, support me and go with me? Because I want someone to go with me this time. I just want someone to be there. And I've heard Abiana solicitors are very good. They can support you. Can you go with me when I'm going for the interview?
Yes, we definitely can. This is a service that we provide. Even before we go for the interview, I would have sat you down, you know, giving you some questions that you can read through to understand the process. One thing I always tell clients is they're going to ask you about your relationship. So they'll ask you different questions about where you live. When last did you go out? Do you have any plans to go on a holiday? What's the color of the carpet in the living room? Things that if you're together and you live in the same household as husband and wife, you should know these things. So, you know, I will talk you through the process, and I'll also go on the day. I'll be in attendance, or anyone here at Abiana Solicitors will be in attendance. We take very thorough notes. So we are basically witnesses on the day to see how things work out. If there's any issues and we get a transcript from the Home Office, then we can also vouch for you and represent you if things have been misquoted or things have been opted out. So we definitely provide that service, and we would advise that if you need that support, definitely give us a call.
Thank you. So guys, please don't stay at home and do your own application. Just write something down because you just want to get married. Things can happen. That is why Abiana Solicitors is there. They are there to support you throughout. Some of the things that, or the terms, some of them that they use, We do not understand it, and we need Abigail solicitors to support us throughout. So please call Abigail solicitors to support you with your family and immigration issues. No matter what you are going through, please call them. Laemi, someone is asking me this question. I have an indefinite stay in my old passport, and I've got another passport. So I've attached the new one to the old one. At my workplace, they need the biometric card. And I've been asked not to come to work again because they do not accept this kind of documentation again. So I've been asked to stay home. I've explained to them that they are processing my application, but they are saying, no, you can't work without the card. What can I do?
Well, once you've provided the employer proof that you put in a no time limit application, you have the Home Office acknowledgement and or confirmation that application has been made. Really and truly, there shouldn't be a problem. However, of course, every employer is different, and they may take a different view as to whether you should continue working or not. But what I can say is that once we ought to remember that if, of course, they want a no time limit card, that's fine.
Okay.
But the fact that you have indefinite leave to remain shows that you are settled and present in the UK. So what you should really be ensuring, what we can do to make sure the employer does what is right by you. We can always try and get them to do the necessary checks, the employer's checking service, to check whether you have the right to legally work in the UK. An employer should never just tell you to stay home. They need to conduct their checks accordingly. And if they don't conduct their checks accordingly, of course, there are consequences to that. Of course, you can take them on even at the employment tribunal for refusing to check your status and right to work in the UK. So I don't think anybody should sit back and say, okay, once an employer asks me to sit home without pay, it's accepted because I don't have the right documents. The employer also needs to do their homework and check with the employer's checking service that you indeed have the right to work in the UK. You can't just say it by speculation or just by looking at a particular document. They need to do their adequate checks first.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Laemi. Thank you, Shawa. So if you're watching us and you're a student, if there's any delays, not just as a student, but if there's any delays and you want someone to help you, someone to support you, please contact Abigail Solicitors. Timely intervention, excellent result. They will support you throughout. Don't just stay at home and just fill the application yourself. You need Abigail Solicitors throughout your application to support you. And please, they are positive. Timely intervention, excellent result. You get positive results with Abigail Solicitors. They never go wrong. So please contact Abigail Solicitors and they will help you. Laemi, have you got something to say before we go? Laemi.
Okay, thank you, MDA. No matter what your case may be, no matter how complicated or complex it may be, we are here to serve. We serve the community at large, and we get excellent results. That's the determining factor. It's one thing putting in applications, but is the main conclusion that we are looking for is to make sure we get success. And here at Abigail Solicitors, success is here to stay. So please definitely give us a call, and we'll be able to assist you in any way that we possibly can.
Before Shawa speaks, Laemi, I just want to ask you something. A lady was telling me today how you've supported her and her application is in and it's positive. And she's so happy. And she called me, MDA, I'm so happy. I don't know what to do because they asked me to go back to Ghana. But with Abigail Solicitors, I've got a positive result and all is well with me now. I'm happy I'm going to start working. I'm happy now I can drive. I'm happy I can do this. Laemi, how do you feel when the results came in? How did you feel?
all thanks to God and the sort of staff we have here at Abiana Solicitors, absolutely immaculate. And that is why we're able to get the good results we're getting. It can't just be one person. It's a team of lawyers here that are helping to make sure that we further the cause within the community. So we just thank God.
So
and
that is why you're all smiling, the results you had today.
Yes.
Dawn, what have you got to say?
Yes, just to add on to that, just in regards to waiting times and decision times, do not be discouraged. There's an amazing quote that says, delay is not denial. Just because you've not received a result at this moment doesn't mean things are not working out in your favor, because we have a lot of clients that get worried, and then when they get the results, they're happy and they're pleased. So thank God. So just be patient. There's a lot going on at the moment, as we've explained, but the Home Office will get back to you with a result. And even if you get a refusal decision, we are still here to help you. We have an amazing team here. We go through appeals all the time, and we received amazing results with those appeals. So stay tuned next week, because we'll talk a lot more about this and the process.
Thank you, Shawa, because the lady was saying that you have the time, the patience. She can write, she's not good, but the way you supported her throughout. Thank you so much, Shawa, for your patience. And thank you, team. Thank you, Abiana Solicitors. And next week, we'll all meet the same time. Thank you, and God bless you all. Please remember to share. Thank you.
You are always welcome home. Welcome.
Today's news is about success stories. Ever since we introduced Abiana Solicitors to you, there have been countless impactful stories from our clients. So if you are yet to experience the most promising law firm in London, welcome to the world of Abiana Solicitors, where there's always timely intervention for excellent results. Abiana Solicitors, we specialize in immigration and family law. So for immigration, come to us for nationality law,
EEA law, leave to remain, point-based system applications,
entry clearance applications, student visas, visitors visas, and all appeals and judicial reviews. And for family law,
come to us for divorce, separation, consent orders, child arrangement orders, financial orders, and mediation.
come, let's do business. Our address is
14 Claypole Road, Stratford, London, E15 2RJ.
please call 0203 759 3309 or 078 2470 5353 or 077 8732 7985. Our 24-hour emergency contact line is
079 4323 5364. Email info@abinalsolicitors.co.uk.
Abiana Solicitors. Timely intervention, excellent.